Alright everybody, welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. So today I wanted to talk about the event, because I kind of didn't talk about the event at all. Because it was kind of a nothing event, and it still is to a degree, but things have changed. So the first thing I want to say, and this is going to be mean, this isn't to be mean, but I feel like Behavior did a very bad job of explaining this. Please, for the love of all that is holy, to whatever you call a god, to appease them, please put down the blood circles. The amount of people I see running around with just the blood circles just floating around them, killer and survivor. The only way the community challenge gets done is by putting those down. Okay? Once again, I kind of blame Behavior a little bit because they didn't explain it very well. But yes, please put these down. Do your part. Okay? Just do this. Okay? I'm doing my part. Everyone should be doing their part. Please. For the love of God. I don't care what else you're doing. It takes 2 seconds. Please. They're everywhere. Sorry. Okay. Anyways. So, the event as a whole, though, like, it's kind of a nothing event to a degree. However, the blood points have been extremely nice. I have been able to get so many just casually playing on my days off, which has been so nice. I am getting to a point to where I'm about to finish prestiging Chucky, and I'm going to move on to the survivors I haven't gotten all the perks for, and going over to the killers that I've kind of neglected since Chucky's release, since I haven't put too many points into any of them. It's been so nice. I know someone who's been able to basically prestige Unknown just off of this event alone. The blood point incentive has been great. And I always love community-driven effects. I'm a huge fan of that stuff because I think it allows the community to kind of come together to a goal when they actually do it. But we'll get into that in a second on why the people aren't actually doing it. The offering is still bugged, which is kind of upsetting. But at the same time, reading over what the offering actually does, it's probably a good thing it's bugged and not in the game, because I don't think people will be running it anyways, because it doesn't really do anything helpful as far as like the blood points go. Just bring blood points, and I will say there's a few criticisms I have. The new event offering is basically taking the place of BMPs from what we can tell on the blood web, so a lot of people aren't able to get them. I saw someone dump 2 million into one character, and they ended up with 4 streamers by the end of it, which is insane. Like, really? Okay. On top of that, the constant red is a little annoying. I am one of those people who's kind of fine with it because, listen, it fits the aesthetic. It's a little frustrating for gameplay, but it affects both sides, kind of. I think it's fine. So why aren't people doing the event? Well, killers aren't doing it because they can't waste the time doing it, because every second of the killer's time is precious. So they're not really caring about doing it. Survivors aren't doing it because the buff they get isn't significant enough to really make it worth it. I will say, like, because basically how this works is the killer's buff is basically a mini coupe. They get like a mini coupe with a very long wipe animation. It can be kind of useful in certain loops, etc., etc. It's not reliable or anything. It's just kind of a fun thing. Survivors gets a mini Iron Will effect and no bleeding. Cool. I've seen this maybe work on me like once, because a lot of the blood zones aren't in areas where like it's the most useful thing in the world. I would have maybe made it like a healing buff, or I don't know, something like it's just not enough for survivors to do. I will say that if they put them closer towards generators, which right now the way they spawn is it's based on totem spawns, which is how Behavior does most things. But I feel like if they coded it more so they spawned closer to generators, because you do get more points if you do things inside of them. So it would be nice if putting them closer to generators or maybe hook locations, so the survivors can kind of use them to farm points, not so much use them for the actual effect. But like the aesthetics of the events and the hyping of the event, I will say, was a bit much. I know a lot of people have said this. Behavior kind of shot themselves in the foot saying this event was going to be as good as it was. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'd rather have it than not, because the blood point gains have been insane, and I can't wait till we get to the 400%. It's going to be nuts. But yeah, just some small things. Another thing, Behavior, with the community challenges and things like this, I think you did this, I forget which event it was, but they did this, I think it was with the Halloween event, where you could see your contribution because it was in an archive. I would love to see how many I put down, just to see how much I have done for the game, you know? Just to help us get there. Like I said, I always like the idea of community-driven incentives. I think it's nice. It makes everyone feel like they're doing something to kind of help everybody. I will say, if you have flans, tiramisus, cakes, or bloody parmesan, please bring them. Spread the blood points around. Try not to play too sweaty during this. I understand, you know, some people have been, and some of the challenges we got in the most recent archive are kind of forcing people to. Once all of those are done, you know, maybe chill out a bit, try to farm some blood points. You'll probably get about 200, 300k per match. It's kind of nuts. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. I love y'all. Have a good one, and yeah, bye.
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you, you moron.